review tonight. The Pinter. It's a bit late because, to be fair, we went away for a weekend and it's been brewing for a while, which hopefully means it's going to be decent. So there it is. There it is, the Pinter. I haven't put the frontage on here because, to be honest, I can't be bothered. I can't find it. So it is what it is. That was better. Just about. Angles and angles. That's better. Smack in the middle where I belong. So yeah, tonight's the beer is Weiss Nights, and it's basically a German wheat beer. It's only something daft like 4%. Can't remember, honest, what the actual percentage was. But yeah, it'd been brewing for quite a while. Good evening, Mr. Bottom. It's been brewing for quite a while, and a couple of days ago, put it in the fridge for a couple of days to good evening, Chris, to let it condition. So it should be, apart from maybe the first glass. So I'll get another glass just in case. Because I'm expecting a bit of froth first, so we'll see how it goes. Yep. And they do say pour that first one away, but I've already poured a little bit away already. So I've turned the dial on the back. Good evening. Still at work, eh? Oh, fair play to you, mate. Yeah, it's crap pour, isn't it? Yeah. But I'll leave that there because I think it will sort itself out. Yeah. It's not looking very good, is it? I washed it out yesterday because it had been in the brewing dock for long enough, and the smell when it came out was lovely. I mean, it's starting to get better. It's obviously a hazy pour. See how we go with the next glass. Oh dear, not work. Oh dear, I'm not doing very well on this. Okay, well. Yeah, what can you say? It's going to be a while. Oh well, I've got time to kill. So, I'll put that one there. The greater good, eh? Well, yes. Hazy in the extreme. But yeah, on the nose. And it's got that lovely smell to it. It's got that good evening. It's got that wheat beer aroma with the bananas. And a bit of clove and that, you know, and it's nice. It's a nice looking hazy pour. It's got some head retention, I'll give it that bugger. It's only 4%. Second, yeah, I had half a pint earlier. Yeah, I got some draft beer on Sunday, and I did a beer review earlier. But I've been cleaning downstairs toilet with bleach, so bleach. I've got bleach on the agenda. In fact, I think I've inhaled most of it. Toilet looks amazing though, to be fair. Back door looks amazing. Yeah, it's getting there, isn't it? Same with the other one. And good evening. Yeah, they're slowly getting there. And sometimes I find with these pinters that after the first pour, I mean, I should have turned it off earlier, really. Good evening, Jackman. I should have turned it off earlier. On the back, there's a setting on the back to turn it from. Good evening, Greg. Good to see your site back up. I noticed it earlier that your beer reviews are back on. Although is your front of site back up? Can't be done with YouTube messing about with sites. Ah, good. I had a similar issue where the site had disappeared, and I thought, oh, sod this. First non-league game of the season. Fair play. I myself am thinking of taking the son to not a non-league game, but to a Nottingham Forest game, but the under-21s or whatever it is. And because the under-21s for Forest are actually top of the league most of the time, and it's cheaper, and I can snag a Nottingham Forest beer. I actually emailed Nottingham Forest yesterday asking if I could do a beer review of their beer. I didn't even get a response. I did the same with County. I got a response to somebody's emailed that no response. So I do actually know the breweries that do the beer, and both of them two are going to try and sort me out. Carling, fair play, and good evening. So yeah, finally, the head's dissipating. It's taken a while. I would think by tomorrow it'd be pretty decent, to be fair. Yeah, it's a bit miserable. You know, if they turned around and said no, that's fair play. But you know, not to even acknowledge you. And the same with Black Iris Brewery. I emailed them today, messaged them on both Facebook and Twitter. No, not Twitter, Instagram, to say about that lacerated sky and how murky it was. And do you know, no reply. So when it comes to companies like that who can't be asked to reply, then next time I see one of their beers, it'll be it might be a more brutal review. Yeah, local or not. Sodom. Good evening, Thomas. Because that last night, you know, I could have gone to town on that beer. I was trying to be nice, but shall I do it again? Sometimes it's nice to go and watch people, you know, who want to play football, not for the money. I was honest. I just didn't like the actual beer. Tasted and was good, but oh, it was lacerated sky. It didn't look right. It didn't. Although Untapped, all the beer looked the same on there. So there's obviously. I wonder. Just this one, thanks. Yeah, I might do one later about 9 o'clock, but I've got to. I'm still cleaning. You know, we're doing a spring clean. Well, I bloody am at least. A spring clean of the house. So. Yeah, you do wonder with certain styles of beer, don't you? You know, whether they're batting away from where they should be. Yeah, so if they're amateurs, they'll actually put their effort in because they're not doing it for the money. Always the best idea sometimes. I agree sometimes, you know. So some of it's the trend now. Yeah, bitters. It's the trend now with a lot of these craft breweries to make bitters. There's quite a few making bitters. And let's be fair, traditional breweries are a damn sight better at making bitters. A damn sight. Hazy. Good evening. So, it's actually, the head's now dissipated down nicely, so it actually looks okay. I thought I'd turned off them bloody notifications. Yeah. It is. It's a nice hazy looking pour. The Pinter. Weisser Nights is the name. Obviously, it's a German beer, being Weisser, German wheat beer. And it's not a bad looking pour, to be fair. And even this glass over here that I poured a minute ago, it's getting better. So if I pour that into there, and then I can actually drink. There we go. Yeah, that looks pop on there. The greater fresh. It is fresh. I'll leave the fresh that side. And the aroma, despite the fact that my hands are covered in bleach, the aroma's nice. Bananas, cloves, and yeah, that sort of thing. And it tastes nice too. You know, it's got a lovely taste to it. Toilet bowl reviews. I've done some toilet reviews, yeah. Yes, that's the interesting thing, isn't it? If you're going to bring out a bitter, with the ingredients they use in bitters, they're a lot easier to make, a lot cheaper to make than an Imperial or something. Stenhauser. One now and maybe one later beer reviews, but only one live. Yeah, just one live tonight. Overdid it on that bloody Black Iris last night. got another yellow card. Story of my life, at the moment at least. But yeah, nice looking pour. I do intend to get another kit. I've still got 2 more kits in the fridge rather, or even 3 kits. I've got the guest list, 2 guest lists, and the double. Oh, bit my tongue. The double IPA. So, but they've sent me £10 off a kit. So, I want to buy a kit and put it away for a few months. I agree, a lot of lagers, they're very, very samey, aren't they? There's not a lot in between them. Subtle variations of the same theme. Unless you start going for the craft lagers that have got a bit of taste with them, or the certainly the multi lagers. Flask of coffee for the game, fair play to you. Yeah. I knew I shouldn't have done that bloody black iris last night, and you know, paid the dues for it. It just knocked me over the edge, just too much, slightly too much. So, being good tonight. I've done half a pint earlier. I'm going to review this, and we'll leave it at that tonight. And maybe have an half a pint later, because I've still got a draft beer that I need to drink. I need to get these chuffing draft beers out of the way so I can get back to normal beers. But it's not a bad thing to drink a bit less, to be fair. No, just a yellow. No, not a red card. Like I say, story of my life. Hell's Lager. At least you're using your kit to brew some nice stuff. I do want to. It's always the same, isn't it? You start off with one and you think, oh, sod that, and just carry on. I think that's my Achilles heel. I try to be good. I try not to go overboard, but then I do, and pay the price accordingly, of course. It does. You know, you get a taste, don't you? My wife don't understand that. Not being much of a drinker, she don't understand that. You know, it is what it is. But I ain't a saint, you know. If I like a drink, I like a drink. A lot of people do a lot worse. So, enjoying this, you know, I think it's my 3rd different beer now. 3rd or 4th. I had the double one. I had the Belgian Saison. So this might be the 3rd of these pinters. And at 85 quid now with a kit. It's not too bad, really. Yeah, it's water. Yeah, it's good for you. 4 to 5 hours for a brew day. Bloody hell, it's about as long as I was at, well, a bit longer, but most of that was talking. About the same as I was at Lincoln Green when I did the Wraggy beer, which I'm tapping tomorrow. Although I might say to the boss, you tap it, I'll watch. In case it explodes. I've never done this tapping before, so I'll have to get him to put me on camera doing it. And yeah, so tapping it's going into the thing tomorrow, so pouring that bugger out. Belgian Saison. It's not been tapped yet. No. It's going to be tapped tomorrow. Yeah, for the first time. We had issues getting it all set up. Bits were missing. Yeah, I don't think they've used this cask thing before. So they've got it. I've sorted it out for them. Not that I know what I'm doing. Good thanks to Harry Bruno's beer reviews for that. And tomorrow's the day. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I just want a pint of it. I'm not bothered. After I've had my pint and done a little bit of a review, I'm all good. What happens after that doesn't really bother me. Hopefully it'll sell. It should sell. You know, we are in the craft beer generation at the moment. And I've told the managers, I've said to them, you need to start getting craft beers. Yeah, big time. Lots of weddings. I don't know what they charge, you know, anything from about £3.50 upwards. Never cheap. Irish stout today. I'm calming it down on the brewing front at the moment. I've got that much, it's pointless doing any more brewing. I ought to turn them chuffing notifications off. Yeah, let me just check my hot tub a second. One, we'll be back. I'm emptying it to refill it. There we go, all good. Bloody hell, couldn't have timed that any better. Absolutely spot on the nail where it needs to be for me to refill it. The hot tub's just like a bath. It's much better having the smaller hot tub. Them notifications. I'll be getting cursed tomorrow if people watch this. So what we don't do, last year when we had the 3 to 6 person rather, hot tub, that cost a fortune. And with these hot tubs, these blow up ones, whenever you use it, you let it drop down so far and then you fill it up with water from the hot water tap. You do not use the heater because it costs you a damn fortune in electricity. A friend of mine told us, oh, it's cheaper to leave it on running all the time. Leave it on the hot, you know, the heater on. It fucking isn't. Costs a fortune last year. We had a massive electric bill at the end of the year. So now we're doing it off the gas central heating, you know, from the hot water. And that is a much more efficient way of doing it. It's basically, because it's a smaller hot tub now, it's only a 2 to 4 person one. And it's basically like running a bath. So you run a bath every night anyway. That's basically like what it is. So it's going to be a lot cheaper, he says. Wait till 3 months' time. And we'll see. Hopefully cheaper. I mean, in the hot tub room, it's amazing now. I'm really glad I built that room. The only thing it's missing is a couple of shelves for a glass of wine. Although drinking wine at the moment is probably not a good idea. But as it is. So, enjoying this. Like I say, 3rd or 4th brew. And there we go. Yeah. 3rd or 4th brew now, and everyone's been decent really. You do learn lessons with these pinters, and if anybody watches this in the future or hasn't already bought one but was thinking of buying one, make sure you use, there's a code you can use. So there'll be a lot of people who do pinter videos on the internet. Travelling Brews, he's a good pinter, he's probably one of the best out there, and there's a code you use. So with Travelling Brews, it's different for him. For me, it's mine. Basically, it's the name. So if you know somebody with a pinter, use their name. And what that does, so mine would be Billy Wragg, W-R-A-G-G. You use that on a certain page. Good evening. There's a page where you put a code in. You use that, it'll get you, it's either a free kit or £10 off. So it's worth doing. It is worth doing. £10 off's good. You've had a few. Fair play. What you had? Anything interesting? Obviously on your days off to get to the pub. Lovely. With the wife? With the good lady? Must be strange saying wife. It's yeah, it was a thing, you know, going from being like a just normal person to, you know, being married. It's the ball and chain and all that. But yeah, I'll pour a bit more out. See if the head's sorted itself out. Well, any coming out? Oh, God, my gosh. The only thing I find with these are, when you pour in, is that they're a tad on the slow side. You can turn it back to carbonated on the back, and you're better off doing that as well after every pint, after every time, because it stops it from basically, you know, finishing too quick. So that time it's poured quite a nice head really. Bearing in mind this is a small glass, so it's just over half a pint. It's probably about 330 ml if I'm being honest. So this is for the pinter. It's that blue thing down there. Let me show you. There you go. There it is. And it's Weiss Nights German wheat beer. Now, I'm all good with buying the kits, but at some stage... good evening. Yeah, the glass itself is quite a nice glass, to be fair. And, yeah, at some stage, I'm probably going to stop, unless they bring out some amazing kits, I'll stop buying the kits, brew my own, you know, put like an imperial stout into it, or even a red wine, you know, and use it for pouring out a nice wine. Say you've got people around, so they're equally as good to brew their stuff, but cheaper wise to brew, put your own brew in it, even for secondary fermentation. So you brew it like you would do brew normally, and you'd secondary ferment it in there, and then use it on a night when you know you've got a bit of a party, and it's a bit of a gimmick, isn't it, to pour it out of a barrel basically. But yeah, hazy, smells just like a wheat beer should smell, you know, very banana-y, clovey, spicy, and it tastes the same as well. Yeah, not bad. It's brewed, you know, hazy, but it's brewed lovely. You can't fault the ease of the brewing process. Let's be fair, you watch England play, 10 pints don't take long to go down. Stressful watching them play. Yeah, a juice wine in that would be interesting. It would. That's quite an interesting idea, actually. Just enough. Rowton Breweries, Ironbridge Gold, right? Yeah, I've not had that before. Or the Bristol beer one. Then again, these days, let's be fair, there's so many beers out there these days. I can't even keep up with the new local beers. And that's just the stuff coming into bottles and cans. Never mind the absolute armada of stuff out there at the moment. You can tell that breweries are back to normal because the stuff that's coming out is absolutely unbelievable. Good evening. I think we're all at that stage now where you've got to look what, you know, obviously we've all got budgets, and pick and choose the stuff that you want to drink that ticks the old boxes, not just drinking, you know, everything that you can get your hands on, because I don't think you could ever afford it all. I really don't. Just supermarkets alone. It looks like Tesco's are going to have another range review soon. 8 pints. Whoa, get in. 8 pints isn't too much as long as you're having a few something to eat as well. See, I've done a day at work from 7 o'clock this morning. Woke up at 5:30 and I've still not had a bloody anything to eat yet. So, hence why don't drink too much, because it just goes straight to your head. And next week when I go out to the craft beer festival, one will be making sure he actually has a big dinner beforehand. Which reminds me, I need to do a video on the craft beer festival and have a little bit of a dig at the people who are doing it, because there's certain local beer companies that are craft beer companies that did not get invited, which is a bit naughty. Double Punk, yeah, that's been here a while. Double Punk has, in Nottingham at least. But I do feel that there will be a range review soon. Yeah, I wonder with me, you know, whether my tolerance is coming down. Double Jokers are absolutely banging. I absolutely love that. and I need to get another one of them. I suppose at the craft beer festival there'll be some good eateries as well. There's obviously there's some good micro pubs and pubs around there, so the night can be extended. Yeah, I find that with supermarkets too. Nottingham's rubbish. Carlisle's much better. Yeah, Bum and Beer Reviews gets everything new. You didn't like Double Joker? I thought it was okay, to be fair. Yeah, I must do a Double Joker versus Joker IPA battle when I can actually get my hands on another Double Joker, if I can as well. Bateman's Triple X on draft as well, on cask. Beautiful. You know, sometimes I do find with beers that you don't drink a beer for a while. You drink all this new craft beers and that, and then all of a sudden, you know, this is the thing about doing beer reviews, because you don't really want to be reviewing the same bloody beer. But then you go back to a certain beer and you realise how damn good it is. One of my favourite beers on cask is Harvest Pale from Castle Rock. It is. On cask, it is one of the best beers. It's only 3.7%, but it is one of the very, very best beers. You understand why, when you taste it on cask, why it won the Champion Beer of Britain in 2010. And it is an amazing beer. And hopefully, at Nottingham's Craft Beer Festival next week, they'll have it on, because Castle Rock are there. I do know that. Greg had some trouble. You know, that's unusual for Greg. Normally the first one to get all the beers. Good evening, Slurpee. So, this is dangerously neckable, this is. I'm not going to neck it tonight, but it is dangerously neckable. Hazy, easy drinking. Weiss and Nights from the Pinter. And gotta say, it's brewed to perfection. You know, and I now can see why the Pinter. They are phenomenal. 4%, as memory serves me correctly.
I'm Harry Potter.
I know you are, babe.
You like my costume?
It's lovely.
Thank you.
Is Mum back yet?
No.
Oh, right, she's still out.
Katie was here though.
Oh, and she already gone?
Yeah, she left some stuff for Mum.
Okay.
Like toilet seat and all that.
All right.
Lucas.
Right.
Getting into too much detail, am I?
Go on then.
Bye.
Tootle. So yeah, interrupted by the kids. I don't know. So yeah, fucking forgot where I was now. No. So yeah, you can understand that. You know, no, I'm being watched, as it were. Do you know some of the best? I agree, Slurps. Yeah, she seems to watch my videos these days. Some of the best beers. St. Peter's Mild. If you've never had St. Peter's Mild, it is absolutely exceptional. It's low ABV, something like 3.5. But bloody hell, the taste is just exceptional. It is truly a quality beer. And also Green King, they're mild, XX mild. Obviously, it ticks my boxes. Boddington's, yeah. You do find that some of these older beers have not stood the test of time. But then again, you know, Landlord, nearly 70 years old, Landlord is still an amazing beer. And it's amazing how some of these beers have lasted the test of time, and some of these beers are certainly lost. I mean, if you're getting a pinter, you're looking at £1.20 to £1.50 a pint. And you're doing it yourself, obviously. But obviously, if you like a bit of home brewing, it's not too bad. And if you do the monthly thing, I think it's 12 quid a month. And they send it to you as well. So it's not too bad. I mean, it's decent. The beer is decent. Heinsberg. I've not heard of that. New one on me, that is. But yeah, I mean, to say this is made by me following their instructions, although I tweaked it a little bit because I didn't agree with some of the instructions. I mean, you can put a bit of sugar in this to ramp up the ABV if you're not happy. Anything up to 200 grams of sugar is fine. Anything above 200 grams, you may have issues. It might blow the bloody top off. I would have thought so, David. I would have thought so. Yeah. But make sure you put a code in. Make sure you get that 10 quid off. Travel and Brews, Liam, he gets quite a lot actually, but he's done quite a lot of videos. If you know somebody who's got a pinter, who you don't mind them getting something as well, that putting that code in benefits both you and also the person whose code it is. It's well worth doing. Yes, the beer glass is amazing. I hope no one leaves one lying around. Might have to nab one. Have a couple, you know, for it's usually the case by the end of the night. People who aren't proper beer drinkers, they just go down to get sloshed. They'll leave them hanging around, and then that's the time when you grab a few. You know, make sure you've got pockets and a coat, as you do. I went to Blue Monkey once. They had a pub. They had like a tap room night at Blue Monkey, and John Smith's is better on cast. You're damn right. And I walked out with 5 glasses in the end, although the dishwasher broke every single one of them. Heinsberg, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. So, enjoyed this. 32 minutes in. I think that's long enough, to be fair. No Mr. Dave tonight. So today is Wednesday. So Friday I get to do the unveiling of whatever Dave's sent me, Mr. Goathead. So that'll be interesting because I have no idea. I didn't do a sneak peek, and I'll just hope it's not like a black negligee or a dildo or something, because that would be wrong. Although I've got a sense of humour, so it could be funny. But even so, collected 20 empties. Fair play. You know, I don't know. I've picked it up. I did the video yesterday where I picked it up and showed. I've even wobbled it, and if it was a beer, I would have thought you'd have heard it sloshing around. But it's quite big. It's not overly heavy, so God knows. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Purity Brewing. I've had plenty of their beers. Some nice beers. I've actually got one of the Purities somewhere. Yeah, just behind me. Oh my God, my back. Oh, bending down on the floor. So yeah, I've reviewed it years ago, but it's yeah, it's going to be an interesting surprise. I dare say he's also, whatever it is, he's also got one. There's some amazing glasses out there these days. Well, I went with Greg, Mr. Bullman Beer Reviews, to Brewdog, and I need to go to Brewdog on the night when it's really busy, and have an Imperial Stout, and then nab a glass, as you do, you know, because that glass is worth a tenner, so it's worth getting an Imperial Stout and then disappearing with the glass. Not that I would, obviously, because that would be wrong, and I would never say it on camera, but it happens, doesn't it? yeah, they can afford it. You know, with what they earn and what profit they make. So, really enjoyed this. Weiss Nights, 4%, tastes like a 4%er. Great aroma. You know it's a German wheat beer. Bloody notifications. You know it's a German wheat beer. Lovely hazy appearance. And another tick on the box for the Pinter. For those watching in the future, the Pinter do, but they may change it. They may change it. So at the moment, you're getting £10 off. So if you're thinking of buying a pint and watching this video, by using my name, Billy, Rag, W-R-A-G-G, you'll get £10 off. And they'll send me a £10 voucher, which is, if you know. But to get £10 off is the main thing. Nothing to do with me, really. But to get that 10 quid off is a good thing. You know, it brings it down to 75 quid. So you get the Pinter, you get the brewing dock, and you get one kit for 75. So, and you know, you don't have to stick to their kits. Let's remember, you can put your own. You can put wine in. You can brew juice wine. You can do a wine kit. You can do a wine kit, and then chuck 10 pints of the wine in the kit in it. And then when you've got friends round one night, just pour them a glass of wine from the Pinter. Job's a good one. That's, you know, it just it's a nice little thing to have. And at one stage I'll get the co-Pinter, but I've got lots of other things to pay for first. So top notch. Can't fault it really. As a homebrew, which is what it really is. For me, good 4.6 out of 5. Absolutely spot on the taste. Taste, looks, decent pour. And that's it for this beer review. Go up the house, get some dinner, because I'm starving. Thank you everybody for watching, participating. Interaction's the key. Looking forward to Friday's mystery thing. I have anticipation, but there's always this worry that it's going to be a big piss take. So whatever it is, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I may be back on later, but it won't be a live review. It'll probably just be a quick review, because I've got a half pint of beer that needs to be bloody yeah, it was cracking though. You know, I mean, I did get a pint of froth, but it did go down, and in the end it was a nice beer. And you know, you've got to give credit where credit's due, haven't you? As a homebrew beer, it was top notch. You can't fault them for the homebrew beers, albeit not for a home brewer. It's not the cheapest way of home brewing, but for somebody who's not really a big home brewer and not a big drinker, it's an interesting way of getting 10 pints, £1.20 a pint, and it's turned out nice. That's what really matters. You don't want to be brewing homebrew beer and you can taste that crappy homebrew taste. We've all had them beer kits. Years ago, a lot of them old beer kits tasted like homebrew. It had that really nasty taste, and you could tell these taste like a commercial product. And that's not me trying to sell them, because I don't, you know, they're nothing to do with me. But it does taste as good as the commercial stuff, and that's really what it matters. That's where all beer kits should be. They should be tasting as good or near to as good as the commercial stuff. Right, got to run. Cheers, and see you later tomorrow. Cheers, everyone.